The story begins on a cold, rainy night. A young woman named Tess stops her car in front of an old, abandoned-looking house on Barbary Street. She came to this city for a job interview and booked this house online through a rental service. Tess grabs her bag and walks to the front door. She enters the password sent by the website, but the door does not open. She tries again. Still nothing. It feels like someone has locked the door from inside. Now Tess becomes nervous. It is late at night. Heavy rain is falling. The whole street looks empty and silent. With no other option, Tess returns to her car and sits inside. She is about to complain to the rental company. Suddenly, the house lights turn on. Tess freezes. Slowly, she steps out of the car and walks back to the door. She rings the doorbell. After a few seconds, the door opens. A strange man stands there. He looks confused and asks, "What are you doing here at this hour?" Tess replies, "This is my rental house. I booked it online. What are you doing here?" The man looks shocked. He says, "I booked this same house from another website." To prove it, he shows his booking details on his phone. Everything looks real. Now Tess feels helpless. She turns around and starts walking away. But the man stops her. He says, "It's late. It's raining. This area is unsafe at night. You can stay here till morning." Tess hesitates. Something about this man feels strange, but she has no better choice. Finally, she agrees. Inside the house, the man introduces himself as Tom. When Tom goes to the bathroom, Tess quietly checks his wallet on the table. She takes a photo of his ID card. She does this for safety. Tom comes back and notices her nervous behavior. He says calmly, "I know you don't trust me, so I'll sleep on the couch. You can take the bedroom." Tess locks the bedroom door and tries to sleep. But after some time, she hears strange noises. Her eyes open suddenly. She looks at the door. It is open. Her heart starts beating fast. She clearly remembers locking it. Slowly, Tess steps outside the room. She hears sounds coming from downstairs. Then she sees something terrifying. The basement door closes by itself. Tess runs to Tom and wakes him up. She asks, "Did you open my door?" Tom replies, "No, I was sleeping." Now Tess feels even more scared. She goes back to her room and locks the door again. Morning arrives. Tess wakes up and finds Tom gone. On the table, he left a note. "I went out for some work. We'll return in the evening." Tess gets ready for her interview and steps outside. What she sees shocks her. The entire neighborhood is abandoned. Broken houses, empty streets. No people anywhere. It feels like a ghost town. Still, Tess ignores it and goes for her interview. The interview goes very well. The company director seems impressed. Before Tess leaves, the director asks, "Where are you staying?" Tess replies, "Barbary Street." The director's face changes. She becomes serious and nervous. She says, "That area is dangerous. Leave that place immediately." Then she walks away. Now Tess feels uneasy. When she returns home, something strange happens again. As she is about to unlock the door, a man suddenly runs toward her from the street. Terrified, Tess quickly unlocks the door and rushes inside. The man starts banging on the door, shouting at her to come outside. Tess panics. She tries calling the police. After some time, the man disappears. Trying to calm herself, Tess goes to the bathroom. She notices the toilet paper is finished. She starts searching around the house. Then she looks toward the basement. Thinking the supplies might be stored there, she walks downstairs. In the basement, she finds a box of toilet paper. But as she turns back, the basement door slams shut. She runs to the door and pulls it with all her strength. It does not open. Her phone is upstairs. Now Tess realizes something is very wrong. She looks around for another way out. Then she notices a small window, but it can only be opened from outside. While searching for something to break the glass, she finds a rope coming out of the wall. Without thinking, she pulls it. Suddenly, a hidden door opens. Behind it is a dark secret room. Pure darkness. Tess uses a mirror to reflect basement light inside. And what she sees changes everything. A narrow tunnel. Another room. A dirty bed. An old video camera. Bloodstains on the wall. Tess's body starts shaking. She runs toward the basement window and screams for help. Outside, Tom is standing there. Tess screams Tom's name from inside the basement window. Tom turns around. When he sees Tess trapped inside, he rushes to the house. He unlocks the basement door and pulls Tess out. Tess is shaking. Her eyes are filled with fear. She tells Tom everything she saw. The hidden room, the dirty bed, the camera, and the blood marks. She says, "This place is not safe. We must leave right now." But Tom does not believe her completely. He thinks she is overreacting. Tom says, "I will go down and check it myself. If something is really wrong, we'll leave immediately." Tess tries to stop him, but Tom ignores her and walks into the basement. Before going down, he tells Tess, "Wait here. If the door closes again while both of us are inside, we will be trapped forever." Tess waits upstairs. Minutes pass. Then more minutes. No sound. No movement. Tess starts calling Tom's name. No answer. Fear slowly fills her heart. Finally, Tess gathers courage. She blocks the basement door with a chair so it won't close again. She turns on her phone flashlight and steps down into the darkness. She walks slowly. Her footsteps echo. She checks the secret room again. The bed is still there. The camera is still there. Tom crawls toward her like an injured animal. His face is pale. His clothes are torn. He whispers, "Don't make any noise. Something is here. It attacked me." He shows her his bleeding wound. Before they can move, heavy footsteps echo behind them. A tall, twisted woman appears from the darkness. Her arms are long. Her body is deformed. Her face looks unnatural. She runs toward them. Tom tries to escape, but she catches him. She grabs his head and smashes it against the wall again and again. Tess watches in horror. Blood covers the floor. Tom dies in front of her eyes. Tess screams and runs. She climbs the stairs with all her strength. She shuts the basement door and escapes outside. She runs into the empty streets. Her lungs burn. Her legs shake. She does not stop. Oh, for all! 2 weeks later, a new man enters the story. His name is AJ. AJ is a television actor, but his life is falling apart. A woman accused him of abuse. His career is destroyed. Court cases drained his money. Now he has only one thing left. This house on Barbary Street. He comes to sell it. When AJ enters the house, he notices bags and clothes. Someone was living here. He checks every room. No one is inside. Then he notices the basement door. A chair is blocking it. AJ feels curious. He takes a flashlight and a knife. He walks down into the basement. He discovers the hidden room, the camera, the bed, the dark tunnel. Instead of being scared, AJ smiles. He thinks, if the basement is this big, the house value will increase. He starts measuring the space. While measuring, he walks deeper. Suddenly, he hears a television sound. AJ follows the noise. Inside a room, a TV is playing a breastfeeding program. As he watches, something pulls the measuring tape from his hand. AJ jumps. He points his flashlight forward. Then he hears growling. The tall woman appears again. AJ runs. If you want to survive, you must obey her. Moments later, the woman appears above the pit. She throws a milk bottle down. Tess drinks from it like a baby. Then the bottle is thrown to AJ. AJ refuses. The woman's face turns angry. She climbs down. She hugs Tess lovingly. Then she drags AJ away. She forces him into the TV room. She tries to breastfeed him. While this is happening, the pit is left open. Tess sees her chance. She climbs out and escapes, but her foot hits the measuring tape. The sound echoes. The woman hears it. She leaves AJ and runs after Tess. Tess sprints upstairs. She breaks the basement window and climbs out. The woman almost grabs her, but suddenly, a man pulls Tess from outside. It is the same stranger who warned her earlier. He tells her, "Leave this city now, or she will hunt you forever." But Tess looks back at the house. AJ is still inside, and she knows this nightmare is not over yet. Tess stands outside the house. Rain starts falling again. Her body is tired. Her mind is broken, but her heart is still fighting. She looks at the stranger who saved her. He introduces himself as Frank. Frank tells Tess the truth. He says, "This house was built by a monster, a man who kidnapped women for decades. He kept them underground and created something unnatural." Tess asks, "What is that woman?" Frank replies, "She is not human anymore. She is the result of years of abuse, isolation, and darkness. She only understands one thing: motherhood." Frank warns Tess, "If you stay here, you will die. Police sirens can be heard far away," Frank says. "I called them, but they will not understand this place." Tess looks at the house again. She remembers Tom's death. She remembers AJ screaming. She makes a decision. She cannot leave someone to die. She takes Frank's gun. Before Frank can stop her, she runs back inside the house. Inside the basement, AJ is tied up. He is bleeding. The woman is sitting beside him, holding his face, trying to force him to drink milk. AJ is crying, begging for help. Tess quietly enters the room. She points the gun at the woman. She shouts, "Let him go!" The woman turns slowly. Her eyes are empty. Her face shows confusion. She drops the bottle and starts walking toward Tess. Tess's hands shake. She fires. The bullet hits the woman's shoulder, but she does not stop. She keeps walking. Tess fires again. Another shot. Still no effect. The woman screams and charges. Tess turns and runs. She leads the woman toward the stairs. Up, toward the street. Tess reaches the basement door and opens it. Police lights flash outside, but the woman jumps on Tess. They both fall into the street. The woman grabs Tess tightly. She tries to drag her back inside. Tess struggles. She remembers Frank's words. This creature only understands motherhood. Suddenly, Tess changes her voice. She speaks softly like a child. She says, "Police officers surround the house." They pull Tess away. Ambulance sirens scream. AJ is taken out on a stretcher. He is alive. Barely. Frank disappears quietly, as if he was never there. Police investigate the basement. They find tunnels, bones, old tapes, dozens of missing people. The house becomes a crime scene. News spreads everywhere. Oh, for all! Weeks later, Tess sits alone in her apartment. She watches the news on TV. The Barbary Street house is being demolished. The reporter says, "The evil house will finally be destroyed." Tess turns off the TV. She thinks it is over. She closes her eyes, tries to sleep. Suddenly, she hears a sound, a soft breathing noise, behind her. She opens her eyes slowly. Her bedroom door is open. Footsteps echo. A shadow appears on the wall. A tall shadow. Long arms, slow movement. Tess's heart stops. She realizes the truth. Some evil never dies. It only changes its home. The shadow moves closer. 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 And the screen fades to black.